country, which is surrounded by India on all three sides, and we have Bay of Bengal on south. The middle country is Bangladesh. And here is the map of Bangladesh. Bangladesh is known as the biggest delta in the world. What is delta? So delta is typically any geographical land that is surrounded by land from three sides and oceans on the one. As you can see in the Bay of Bengal, which is the sea that we have, is actually, if you go further south, it's the Indian Ocean. And it's basically surrounded by India from all sides. And we also have Nepal and then Burma, Myanmar to the south of us. These are our neighboring countries. Next up, I will talk about firstly the geography of Bangladesh. Maybe I don't know, maybe a lot of you are interested in geography when learning the culture of other countries. Bangladesh culture is actually affected by geography a lot. But why is that? First reason is Bangladesh is not a very big country. It's only 700 square miles. And if you compare to the United States, where I did the exchange program 3 years ago. So United States have Iowa, which is like quite medium in size. It's almost the same in the size of Bangladesh. You can imagine the whole big United States, and there is 6 states in there. And Bangladesh is just size of only 1/50th portion of that. But just being such a small area, there are more than 700 rivers in this country, as you can see in the map. You can see how much river is. It's all like a spider, isn't it? So 700 square miles, but more than 700 rivers. Isn't that crazy? Let's get now some overview, some of the facts about Bangladesh. Does anybody in the comment section wanna guess why I have shown the picture of this animal over here? Why is it special to Bangladesh? Anyone in the comments? All right, I will listen up to that, and you will get the answer to that very soon. So, starting up, the full name of Bangladesh is People's Republic of Bangladesh, and it became independent on 16 December in 1971, and we got our independence from Pakistan. So before 1971, Bangladesh used to be a part of Pakistan, which is known as East Pakistan. The capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka, and it's 110 years old. It's very old. It's one of the in the world. And the mother language, or you can say the first language of Bangladesh, is Bangla. You remember when I started this presentation, I greet you all saying Shubho Sandhya, and that's a word from Bangla. As we get more forward, we'll get to hear about that. And besides, people learn English as a secondary language as well, starting from preschool and also in primary schools and high schools. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about the weather of Bangladesh. Bangladesh has very similar weather to Indonesia. It's tropical, it's sometimes very hot, and summers are really humid. Temperatures are always on 80 to 100. As I heard about Indonesia, it's more an equatorial climate, which has more like a what I know is a mild summer and a little bit less hotter summer. as far as I know. And another important, there is a lot of rainfall throughout the year. And another important thing about our weather is there is quite mild breeze going around most of the time of the year, and you can really enjoy that when you go to village areas or around the rivers. Let's talk about some of the quick facts about the people of Bangladesh now. So in Bangladesh, the gender ratio is almost equal, and it's mostly Muslim majority country with 89% of the population being that. And we also have Hindus and Christians and Buddhists. And most of the people, as I said, Bangladesh is a region which is like only 20% of it is urban areas. So the huge 80% of the area is only countryside and just raw villages. Obviously, we have a system where like 45-50% of the profession, the people are dependent on farming or agriculture. So agriculture is a very important part of economy. And one thing I mentioned before, that 4% of the total population is already aged between 5 and 30. So lots of young people at this moment, and 5% of them are students. Now, the most welcome, interesting part, and let's talk about clothes of people of Bangladesh. I don't know if you, many of you might not have seen clothing of Bangladesh people, but this is most the people wear. For women, the dress that you can see over the shari, and other South Asian countries too. But probably our designs are slightly different from our neighboring countries. It's a little bit more colorful and stuff like that. So, and what about the males? So the dress you're seeing, the man wearing in the picture is called Punjabi, and the outfit on the top is called Punjabi. It's more like a long shirt. It's our traditional clothes, and in both the pictures, the man that is wearing underneath the shirt it's called lungi. It's most common and traditional outfit for wearing instead of jeans and pants, you can say. Also, the women of Bangladesh wear, the women especially, when they actually go out to work or play flat, they usually prefer to wear more comfortable flat. This one you're having seen in this picture is called okease. And here is a even more fancy picture of shari. You can see all the beautiful colors. Basically, it's red and white because so there is a special significance between this color of the shari. So red and white are the main theme color. One of our main festivals is called the Bengali New Year. It's like in Bangladesh, we also have a separate calendar apart from the usual English calendar we know over the world. According to Bengali calendar, the first day of summer, which is always on the 14th of April, is known as the Bengali New Year. And usually on that day, all the women around Bangladesh wear this kind of dress. And the little girls, they wear this kind of dresses and kameez and sharis. These are also in red and white on the Bengali New Year. And see, you have more pictures of Punjab. There are fashion houses in Bangladesh, and designing is becoming a very prospective profession for many of the people in Bangladesh because this actually holds our tradition as well, and at the same time, it's getting introduced to the wider community around the world. As you can see, as I talked about lungi a while ago, so this is more like a piece of wool. It's more like a wrapper that you just wear around your waist, and you tie it around your waist, and then you go up like this. And the picture that you're seeing over here is also from the festival of Bengali New Year, or we call it in Bangla, Pohela Boishakh. And this are WELCOME09. And one thing I didn't mention is, since Bangladesh is a Muslim country, so some of the people, not the majority, but they also wear Islamic clothes, which are like burqa and hijab. So a lot of women maintain this rule of doing porta, which is cover up their whole body, and in many cases their faces too, with hijab or burqa. Okay, so this is the other side of the culture, as you can see, the young generation. As I mentioned, very part of my presentation, that a lot of our energy for Bangladesh this moment comes from the lifestyle that has been in existence for the last 20 or 30 years, which is made up of the people mostly aged between like 15 to 5. So what's so special about that? See, since this 20, 30 years, a new part of our culture has been into existence. Like, so far, what I have said about my culture is our culture that showed more dependency on the traditional clothes and traditional practices that they do in their every. See, you can see something very interesting about their clothing. So, recent times, the people have been more influenced Western culture. See, they are wearing shirts and jeans, and if you look at left of the picture, the salwar kameez women are wearing over here, it has a lot of influence, or you can say improvisation, from the Western clothes of, you can say the mini tops or like that. This is a picture from our Bangladeshi school. So most students in Bangladesh, where they go to school, have uniforms, very particular uniform. I would really like to know about what that's the same in Indonesia as well. Okay, now let's talk about some of the iconic things in Bangladesh. Firstly, let's talk about our national bird. Our national bird, the magpie robin, in Bangla, it's the doel. It's a very beautiful bird. You can mostly see it in springtime. If you come around the cities or the villages around February to April, you can see this little. It's a really sweet voice. Like people say that when you wake up in the morning, listening to the chirping of magpie robin, it's really beautiful. So here is now the answer question that I asked a while for you guys to get the comment section. So Royal Bengal tiger is actually the national animal of Bangladesh. And you know, many of you who are interested in environmental science, you might know the Royal Bengal tiger, or simply tigers in general, is getting almost extinct around the world. And at this moment, the largest population of the tigers that are remaining are still in Bangladesh, and they mostly belong to the forest of Sundarban, which is in south of Bangladesh, and also it is the largest mangrove forest in the world. Our national fruit is jackfruit. Probably you guys have this fruit in Indonesia as well. Special thing about jackfruit is it's a summer fruit. You can have it during April to May. And why it is called for fruit is because it's cheap and it's a fruit that is passed on to people, to most common people in Bangladesh. You can have jackfruit on itself. You can cook many dishes with the seeds inside jackfruit. You can see a picture in the right, and also you can have it with rice. Our national fish is ilish or hilch. So as I said in the early part of my presentation, there are many rivers in Bangladesh. So it's very common that we have a lot of fish, and it's a very common apart from farming. And ilish is a very tasty. If you ever come to Bangladesh, and you cannot miss like having fried ilish after rice, and along with rice, it's a best thing you can taste about Bangladesh cuisine. Talking about cuisine, explore it a little bit more. Fact about Bangladesh is that just like Indonesia, our main food is rice. Here, people have rice for most of the time. Many people eat all 3 in the day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. People have it for just for lunch and dinner. We have something different in the breakfast. We'll talk about that later. So what do we have with rice? As you can see this pattern, these are actually mashed vegetables, mashed potatoes, mashed eggplants, and mashed papaya. So Bangladeshi people have a very vegetable-rich cuisine. They have it with rice, and it's very spicy as well. All right, so this is rice. We boil it in water, and another property about Bangladeshi rice is it's large grain, and it's not really sticky. As you can see, we also cook, apart from fish fry, we make very beautiful curries with them. And on the left is called fish from, yeah, delicious? Yeah, right, it's very delicious. So on the left you can see it's rui mat, or it's a rui fish cooked with mustard curry. And on the right you can see it's tomato, I think it's a tomato coriander mixed small fish curry. It is very spicy, and it's pretty fun to eat too. It's very tasty. As you can see, these are some of the vegetables that we have in Bangladesh, and we make different kinds of vegetable curries with them. A good thing, an important thing to us Bangladeshis is the presentation of food that we do. It doesn't only have to taste good. We also like to make it very presentable. One thing is that we make it very much colorful, and we make curries of 3 vegetables together. It's one kind of fusion that we do to make our food more interesting. We have brinjals and kinds of gourds and all that stuff here, okay? All right, so, sorry. Apart from fish, we, in Bangladesh, since you can say Middle Age, let's say ever since the 14th or 15th century, when the emperors from the Middle East countries came here in Bangladesh, they introduced the intake of different kinds of meat, including beef and chicken. I think chicken was already there, but you know, the type of spicy beef curry or the chicken curry that we have now, it's not much influenced by the Turkish or the Afghani sultans or the kings that they came and set their empire during the 12th to 15th century in Bangladesh. Since then, this is a second most common food after the fish and vegetables. A while ago, I was saying that many people don't have, especially around the cities, you can see it in most households that we don't have all 3 times in the day. Usually, in breakfast, what we have is this, what you can see in your picture. This is called roti and parota. Yep. On the right, you can see is roti, and on the left is parota. So what is the thing about this? These are basically flat bread made of wheat. On the right, you can see we just, what do? We just give it a little bit, we bake it a little bit on our stove. But on the right, on the left, what you can see is the same thing, but if you fry that on oil, it becomes parota. And both of them are really tasty to eat. And this is what we basically eat when we have the beef curries or the chicken curries. It's real fun, and it's also my favorite. Now, let me welcome you to my city where I live. This is Bangladesh capital. Okay, what do we have fun? Yeah, we have fried curry with masala. Yeah, yeah, that should be really tasty, isn't it? I know. Actually, at that time, many scholars and many common people also used to come from other Asian countries to Bangladesh, even including Indonesia. And Bangladesh has this characteristic that their cuisine is actually affected by people from the countries of different parts of the world which came to Bangladesh in the last 1,000 years, last 1,000 years. Bangladesh has a mixed culture, which is made up of different Asian traits as well as things that are come from outside of Asia. So as you can see in the picture, Dhaka city is really, really, really busy, and you can see the variety of vehicles. I really can't zoom. I'm really sorry that I cannot zoom in more, but as you can see my mouse pointer, see this little vehicle over here? This is a most iconic thing about Bangladesh. Um, what will I say? Culture, because this vehicle is called rickshaw. Let me see if I have more pictures. Yeah, here we go. Look how busy the streets are. And you can see so many of these fancy vehicles. I don't know if you have seen it in anywhere else of the world. I'm not sure if there are similar vehicles in Indonesia, but this is, a man-powered tricycle, you can say, which has a carriage at the back, and like about 2 or 3 people can sit at the back. And this has been there for about since the birth of Dhaka. You can say like last 300 years or so. Rickshaw is the most beautiful thing you can see in Dhaka city, and it's really fun to sit on a rickshaw and explore around the busy streets. Or even on a quiet, silent night, it's really fun. You can really feel the breeze a lot, and it's really fun. If you guys ever come to Bangladesh, please, first thing you should ride is a rickshaw. Excuse me. So this is an aerial view of my beautiful city that I live in. This view is actually from a place quite near from where I live in the city, and so many buildings, as you can see. Bangladesh is actually very populated, especially Dhaka city. It's like, let me give you a number. About 200 square kilometers is Dhaka, the size of Dhaka city. But can you guess how much people live there? All right, let me answer to you that. About 20 million people live in this little city. 20 million. Yeah, that's right. And look at the magic. This is how Dhaka city looks at night. It's really beautiful when you get on a tall rooftop and any of the buildings, and you can see amazing view. And this is our National Parliament House, also called in Bangla, what? 2 times of the New York City populations? Yeah, probably. I'm not exactly sure how much there is in New York City, but around that. I'm not sure if it's twice, but I can tell you Bangladesh is one of, Dhaka is one of the most top 5 densely populated cities in the world. So what you can see in this picture is the National Parliament House, and this thing, interesting thing about its architecture is it's really unique. The fun fact is the architect of this building is actually a French architect whose name is Louis Icon, and this was built around I think 40 years ago. It's really beautiful, and the whole compound you can see all around the main Parliament House. People go there every day, and commoners, they can just hang around and see the beautiful sights around. Of course, the entry inside the building is restricted due to security issues, but that's fine. Now, coming to the almost the final part of the presentation, you can see the beautiful countryside of our nation. The main thing about our country is that our beauty might not be something really one of the famous wonders of the world, but something really catchy about Bangladesh. It's really peaceful, and you cannot really find this kind of peace everywhere. And this is a picture that is taken during probably during October or November. It's almost winter, as you can see. They're wearing a full-sleeved coat, and they're returning from probably a river after catching fish. And this net that you can see here for catching fish is quite interesting. It's a triangular net, and you can get a lot of fish on that. You can clap it like this and set it on our riverbank. I wish I could show you a video. We have shortage of time. Maybe someday else I will show that. This is another beautiful sunset from the village side. Really pretty. Okay, this is a very one of my favorite cultural practices. So this is during the season of fall. It's during the time of harvest. What they're doing over here, this woman, is they're harvesting paddy. So after you cut the crops from the field, they gather it on their in front of their houses, and they separate the rice grains from the crops like this. As you can see, fishing. I was just talking about a while ago that fishing is very common because there are so many rivers, and yeah, the fishermen, even little young boys, go to the rivers. They go to the sea, take the large boats, and see, even as you can see in the background, the boats are also very colorful. This is another thing everyone loves about Bangladesh is every child's dream. Every child's dream is to enjoy like this. So this is a mango garden, a random mango garden probably during in the summer months, probably during April or May. And mango is the most popular and most tasty summer fruit in Bangladesh. And the rain, you can see the beautiful thing, the rain and storm during summer, along with rice. It's the dream of every child in the village areas of Bangladesh. Also for the kids in the cities too. See, in the rainy season, this is how rickshaws operate during rainy season. See the passengers that are sitting inside, they are covering themselves with a polythene or a plastic cover. Yeah, that's how we move during the rainy season. Sadly though, the driver of the rickshaw, they mostly don't use the things, and mostly they go out and make them wet in the rain. So that was mostly it for my presentations. I would like to thank all of you for this. And if I say it in the same words in Bangla, is dhonnobad. The first word you can see is dhonnobad ebong shubhokamana, which means good luck. All right. Yola, and I don't know if we're running out of time or you want to move into the next section. If we don't have time, probably I would have shown this video, but if they have time, then probably I will just copy the link and maybe people can watch it later time too. We will do whatever you ask me to do. Yola, hello?
Maybe we can move to
Hello?
Q&A session.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh. Can you hear me?
I said, do you guys want to watch the video now, or do you want me to just send the link? 2, 3. 3-minute video.
Maybe we can move to Q&A session.
Sure. No problem.
Oh, okay. So after listening to Aryan's presentation, you guys must have questions to Aryan for those of you who are having questions, anything about him or his culture. Feel free to ask. If you want to open your mic, please let me know in the chat box. Then you can drop your name in chat box, or you can drop your question in chat box, and I will read for you. Jadi setelah kita mendengarkan presentasi dari Aryan, pasti di antara kalian ada yang ingin mengajukan pertanyaan terkait dengan Aryan atau budayanya. Jadi jangan malu-malu bertanya. Dan jika kalian ingin bertanya, kalian bisa menulis nama kalian di chat box dan saya akan mempersilahkan kalian untuk bertanya, atau kalian bisa lampirkan pertanyaan kalian di chat box dan saya akan membacakannya. BTW guys, jangan lupa isi survei yang ada di chat box dan surveinya nanti akan diberikan kepada Aryan. So, who want to ask a question first?
May I? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
sure.
Have a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Aryan. Actually, I want to introduce myself. My name is Granville. You can just call me Granville. Yeah, hello.
Nice to meet you.
Aryan. Nice to meet you too. So I will give some question. As I can see from your presentation, Aryan, you explained that Bangladesh is one of the cities that has densely populated in your country. My question is, does Bangladesh have rules or regarding regulation to minimize the population on Bangladesh? Like in our country, we already have KB or Keluarga Berencana. It's a program where 2 children are enough, and also for minimize the population in Indonesia. If the Bangladesh have it, what is the name of the program? Thank you.
Right. Actually, it's a very good question, and in Bangladesh, actually, we have almost the same program over here, and I think there is not only one particular, but the same kind of program about going to the villages and telling the communities about enlightening them about birth control and things like that. It's a campaign that's run from the government and both also from many of the NGOs around there. If you search online, you will find I don't exactly remember, but if you search the population control project under BRAC, there's the most famous NGO in Bangladesh called BRAC. You can actually find the details to all those projects. But here's an interesting thing: as my father, he actually works with the health ministry as a part of an international NGO. So what my father also does is the same kind of things. Like they go to the health centers and they have run sessions to those village communities and go to them and tell them about how they can practice better reproductive health and all the things like that. Yep, it's a very good question. And the answer to that is yes, we have that program and it's just almost the same.
Okay, so the program is successfully announced to all the people in Bangladesh, or just a few of them? Just a few. Right?
It's increasing. It's quite a lot now. But one of the biggest challenges in Bangladesh is still there are a lot of instances of the program being implemented, but it will take time to make the people actually aware, like they start to practice them on their own selves. So the things are a lot better. Like the increase rate of the population has reduced from 1.6 to 1.2. So like 0.4% decrease in the population increase in last 20 years. It is actually a lot in compared to the other neighboring countries. if we compare. So I think probably it will just go better and better as the years go on.
Oh yeah, that's nice. But actually, I just want to know more about for the many population there. Is it any kind of which with the culture of Bangladesh that it might be have something that will link it with this for the population that the densely population. I mean, like the traditional maybe. I mean the
So,
cost.
so you mean that like the effect of this huge number of population on our
Uh,
culture or something?
I
Is that what
mean
you mean?
I mean the reason why this what is the reason is happening like this population is getting like more densely like that.
Rejection apa ndak? Ndak anu kat tadi
Like the
Aryan
reason
nulis.
like the I mean like the first I don't know what to say
Oh.
like I mean like in Indonesia we just have uh we have a culture that uh maybe in our traditional culture we have like same as your country. We actually have more people, yeah, more people in our
Okay.
country. So
You're saying
after
the density is caused by the culture. So that is that the thing? Um,
yeah.
in little bit, I think. Like, yeah, there are there used to be some stereotypes back in quite earlier. It's probably in the 80s or 90s, I think, that there were some beliefs in some of the many of the households um, that they used to see. I told you there is a lot of it's a Muslim based country. So around this part of the world, I know that the original religion of Islam doesn't ever say things like that. But in this part of the world, a kind of impression grew in that era in around 80s or 90s that um, they expect male child more. So, like, suppose if in a family, the first three child that are born just got female, and they will just say, okay, we will just keep giving birth to more child until there is a male child. So this is, the recent programs that have the government and the other organizations have started. One of the main goals of those programs have been to put an end to the stereotypical thoughts. Like one of the thoughts is this one. So there are many other things like that. If you're asking that, if there is there any cultural trait that is influencing the was influencing the growth of population, I think the population growth itself is not the main issue in Bangladesh at this moment. It used to be a very important issue, like even 5 years before. I hope that may probably answer your question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what I said. And actually, I want to ask about your program. Is there any of I mean like uh, hinder for your for doing this program in I mean your program for
Uh,
your population in your country.
okay. Is there any hindrances? Yes, as I mentioned a little while earlier, the main challenge is the level of education of the majority of the population. Okay, so Bangladesh had quite a low literacy rate even at the start of this century. That too is also gradually increasing, but you know, probably these programs will get more success. Few things as we ensure them. First of all, is ensuring more of female education. Huh? in Bangladesh, actually, I think boys do get education. Girls, their opportunities are increasing. It's true, but just like many other Asian countries or South Asian countries, I should say, facing the same challenges with us is increasing female education and expanding, giving the woman more opportunity to work in offices and other equal jobs as men. These are some of the things when they will be established. These will also help these programs for controlling population even better because when both men and women are educated, they will be more aware of their own life, they will be aware of their health, they will be aware of their family, and as a result, they will be able to do the family planning and things like that more easily. So these are the challenges and what we have been doing to mitigate those problems.
It's great to hear that about that. So all the people in Bangladesh are already educated with the program, especially for the uh, female and male. For
They're trying to reach most of the people, and if not all, still it's reaching almost every region. But as I say, we probably are reaching all the regions, but it's just the effectiveness probably, the result will take a little bit more time to see fully effective. That's the thing.
I see. I think it's enough for me. Thank you, Aryan,
Yeah.
for your answer my question, and I'm sorry for a lot of
Okay.
my questions.
No. It's totally fine. It was actually really good questions, especially if I know many students around the world, they're actually, when they study sociology and social sciences, they like to come to countries like Bangladesh and work on projects like that. So, by the way, Gretel, are you a college student too?
Yeah, sure. I'm a college.
So, what are you studying?
Sorry, what?
Which department are you studying in?
I'm studying in the department industrial engineering.
Engineering, I see.
How about you,
Yeah, that's.
Aryan?
Oh, I'm still in the last year of my high school. I'm basically a science major, but I'm still in high school.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay. There is another question in the comment box I can see. Is someone said, Yusuf said I had a task from my lecturer about air quality index and then discovered, according to the IQ Care, okay, in 2019, Bangladesh one of the bad air. Okay, Bangladesh has one of the bad air quality. What do you think about that? Well, actually, it's not Bangladesh in general. It's actually probably talking about Dhaka city. Yes, Dhaka city is actually getting really tough at this moment because there are so many vehicles, so much construction going on, so many transportation projects too. Recently, we're making the metro rail, the first ever metro rail in the history of Bangladesh. And all these projects are really causing a lot of constructions and a lot of dust, and lots of industries are growing up too in Bangladesh. And yeah, I think environmental issues is like one of the more challenging things at this moment in Bangladesh. And the more of the researches are going on to make the environment more eco-friendly. Anyone else with any questions?
Okay, is
Hi,
there any
Aryan. I have
question?
a question.
Okay. Hello.
Uh, yeah, my question is, what is the most Bangladesh thing for Bangladesh people? And what do you think a kind of culture shock a tourist would get in Bangladesh? Thank you.
Incredible questions.
Semuanya.
Incredible questions. What is the most Bangladesh thing? Um, Bangladesh thing. Depends on on which arena you're talking about. If you ask me, I think Bangladesh has in the recent years something that entertains all the people in Bangladesh is the game of cricket, and it's the most popular sport in Bangladesh. I don't know how much cricket is known as in Indonesia, but all the South Asian countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India, are crazy about cricket, especially Bangladesh. At this moment, what I'm wearing is actually a jersey from the national cricket team of Bangladesh. So that's
Wow,
what
that's
I.
cool.
So that's what to me that's the most Bangladesh thing, and I don't know. It just maybe varies from person to person. For some people, the most Bengali thing might be if you talk about families. It's always about greeting the elders, and when we mention our elders, we always use some words like so some if it's a boy or a male who is elder to us, we don't just call them by their name, we call him, say someone's name. Okay, say what's your name. Who asked me the question? Can you tell me your name?
It's Andy. You can just call me
Andy.
Andy.
Okay, Andy, let's say you're older than me, let's suppose. So in Bangladesh, if I were, I would call you Andy Apu. Okay, that, see that word extra I added at the end, Apu, that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
means an elder sister. Similarly, say someone younger than me is gonna address me in Bangladesh, he's gonna call me Aryan Bhaiya. Bhaiya, the word comes from Bhai. Bhai means brother. So that's how we pay respect to each other, and that's a common thing. So yeah, there are actually many such little elements in culture that can just remind you of being Bangladeshi, and it actually depends on what you're talking about. Talking about the second question, which is the mm, what's the biggest
Culture
cultural
shock.
shock?
Mm-hmm.
Cultural shock. Hmm. Hmm. I think for I don't know about what will happen to Asian tourists, but Western tourists what they can feel shocking is in Bangladesh as well as in India and Pakistan. That happens that in the washrooms or the bathrooms, we don't have the system like there is. A separate place for bathing and a separate room for a sink. That's not like that. And, we just manually use water buckets. And how we bathe is just we take water from the bucket and we just pour it on ourselves. I think this is one system of, this can be one cultural shock because in the US or the UK, people are mostly used to using bathtubs and showers. Not that there are not showers over here, but there are showers in all the bathrooms, but they don't use it. Hello?
Yeah, it's the same here. We have bucket shower as well. And also we have a saying to our older people who are older than us, but it's more general neutral. So we say kaka and then their name. For example, Ka Aryan if you are older than me. But I think because you are still in high school, it means that you are younger than me. So yeah, I would be your Apu, Andi Apu. Is it right?
Yes, press.
Okay, I think Aryan is disconnected or something.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You were left for a moment. Is it
Yes,
is
we
it
can.
okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Hello, Aryan.
So I saw in your CV you said that your
I think
book
he has a
incorporates
bad
programming
connection.
language
Maybe
into
Hello,
Sila,
Aryan.
this one. Suddenly,
can you
most of
contact
Bangladesh.
with him? Oh, okay. He's in the chat box.
It's okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now as well?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, that's great. But can you see me?
No.
No, I can't.
It's like the camera is showing on, and I'm not on the weird, really weird.
It's okay. Well, anyway, can you tell me the difference, or can you tell us the difference of cricket and softball? Because I look it up in Google and I
Yeah.
see cricket has different bats.
Oh wow. So how do you know about softball? Do you guys have it in Indonesia?
Yeah, we have softball here.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, this will be now very interesting to explain. I think it would have been better if I had a picture with me at this moment, but okay. So cricket, of course, as you said, it has a flatter bat, and you know what
Yeah.
is softball is that you just pitch the ball straight at the batter, and the ball cannot drop on the ground. But in cricket, the rule is it has to go one bounce. You'll have to go throw it to the pitcher, sorry, throw it to the batter at one bounce. And another thing a softball diamond is like a dice, right? It's shaped like a dice. It's like a diamond, or more I
Yeah.
should say. So it has four bases and the pitcher in the middle. So how does a cricket pitch look? Cricket pitch is a very narrow rectangular strip of soil which has like just two bases at its two ends. It's a straight, just imagine a straight piece of, let's say a narrow piece of road. Imagine you cut a piece of road, which is like 60 feet long, and you put three sticks at each end. And those three sticks are called stumps. And those are those act like the bases in the game of cricket. And yeah, so that's how you play cricket. Basically, another main difference in cricket is, um, in softball, what you guys do when you hit the ball, the batter has to run through the four bases, and once he has run through all the four bases, he completes one run, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
In cricket, there is always two batters standing at the two opposite bases, and when you hit the ball, both the runners have to run to the opposite end. Okay? If both of the players can reach to the opposite end, then they count one run. And just like in softball, you guys, before the batter reaches the other base, if they return the ball to that base, the batter is out. In cricket, not reaching the ball to the base is not enough. You will have to actually knock down one of those three sticks on the ground to make the batsman out.
That's really unique. I would love to
Yeah.
watch live cricket someday.
Oh, sure, sure. I can actually give you the link of one of the YouTube channels in Bangladesh that broadcast the cricket games.
Oh, that'd be great. Please send it.
Oh,
Thank you,
sure,
Aryan.
sure. Yep, no problem. Meanwhile, let me try to get back my phone, but it's all right. You guys can ask me questions. Meanwhile, I'm getting back. I mean, my face is getting back.
I have a
I'm here.
question.
My face is not here.
Aryan, I have a question.
Yep. Hello, Andy. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, so before I cut to the chase, let me introduce myself. So my name is Andi Sarjan, but everybody called me Sarjan, and maybe you can call me Sarjan.
Okay. I'll call you Aryan. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right.
So okay. Uh, my question is, okay. First I want to tell you my experience that I have met with the Bangladesh and my story how I meet with him that I put my cycle on Makassar Dagang and the person who interested with my cycle the uh, people from the Bangladesh
Mhm.
and uh, he he came to my house and then we reaching an agreement uh, about the price over and then after that we have talked about our story about our country between us and I told him about my country and then he told me about his country and
Yeah.
the most interesting part between me and him that he told me that he he came to Indonesia because there was a conflict in their country. It's not safe. So he told me too that uh, many people that scared to visit Bangladesh or any country around it because the conflict there. So maybe, what do you think about this? Can you straighten this conception? Is it the misconception or true or what? Okay.
Okay. So I understood most of the part of what you said, but particularly which conflict was your friend talking about? Can I know that first again? Like,
Yeah,
what was exactly the conflict he
I
was talking about?
quickly discuss because
I
I want
mean,
to.
what was the subject of the conflict that he mentioned? Was it political, religious, or
Uh, yes, about like religious, and maybe the political. Yes, that.
okay? Not don't know too much about politics, but or won't make too many comments about politics. Yeah, if you have been just like many other countries in the world, I think as much as I follow all the Asian countries, politics and about movement by the general public is a very common thing in all these countries, and Bangladesh is no exception to that. If you think 2 years ago, there often happens things like that, that there is a disagreement between the government or the public, and then uh, the general people go out on the roads and do movement against that decision of the government. If you guys remember, I don't know how many of you have seen those news a couple of years ago when we had this big movement of demanding safe roads in Bangladesh because street accidents were really increasing at that time, and there were actually the drivers or the people who were responsible for the accident for their carelessness were not punished enough under the law. So those were some of the things where that's why they were we were doing the movement for. So that goes for the political stuff. Talking about religion, if there is conflict that you're telling that some people from traveling from outside Bangladesh to Bangladesh are facing. Um, if that's the case, I think, see, religious conflicts, if you talk about social media and stuff, it exists in many of the countries, even in the Western countries that we know very well. You guys have recently heard what happened in France about the Prophet and the world's reaction to that. And then things like that, religious hatred, all of this happened in the US, happened in the Britain and many other places. So in Bangladesh, it's just the same. There are always, and one thing I believe in, that there will, always will be a group of people in every country who will be religious extremists, and they will keep doing the things that we shouldn't do in the name of religion. Naturally, this is not the culture of Bangladesh that it supports, and this is not the spirit of Bangladeshis, not at all. Especially if you talk about the ancient times, since the fourth century AD or the fifth century AD, since the time when Bangla culture has started to evolve. If you search online, you might get some of the literature pieces from that time that actually depicts that um, all the scholars from different continents of the world that used to come to this land, they used to say one thing about the people over here. Like Bangladeshis, general people are the most simple-hearted and one of the most people who don't actually care about religious differences that much. If you talk about naturally, Bangladesh's culture's main spirit has been that it is enriched by all the four different religions together. Like we should thank all the existence of all every of the four religions, Islam, Hinduism, Christianism, and Buddhism, for making Bangladeshi culture so rich and made up of so many different festivals and so many different practices that are so good. Like these are our pride. So, but as I said, as the time progressed in recent years, all around the world, terms like religious radicalism, radical being Islamist, things like that, that have evolved in different regions of the world. And Bangladesh is not an exception. There will be some, as I say, there will be some people with extreme thoughts. So what happens there is some section of the people have got too much strict on religion, and they actually don't like what we practice in the in a religious harmony, because often to those people who follow religion or follow Islam too strictly, they have things like they have a hard time coping up with the mixture of different cultures, you see. But, you know, as I said earlier in my presentation, a huge percentage of the population of Bangladesh is now the young generation. And what the good news is in Bangladesh, that most of the young generation people, they actually do not let these kinds of radical thoughts increase too much. Whenever there is something, a group of people spreading hatred, a group of people spreading hatred for other religions getting extreme, we try our best to stop that and to protest against that. Maybe one or two separate events of violence still happens every year, and it's really unfortunate. But I will still say Bangladesh is peaceful more than many of the countries around. I don't know if that answered your question properly.
Okay, that give me a lot of information about Bangladesh. So maybe just a certain elements that you don't know. Okay, thank you,
All right.
Aryan.
Yep. No problem. My pleasure. Sure. Someone in the comment section wants to ask. Amanda.
Hello, my name is Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Do you have any exotic animals in Bangladesh?
Maybe Amanda, Anisha will be the last question.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Any exotic animals in Bangladesh? Just like in Indonesia, we have Komodo.
Do we have any what animal?
Exotic animals.
Exciting animal?
Yes.
Exciting animal, yeah. In the presentation, I showed you all the Royal Bengal tiger. It's really gorgeous. It's royal. It actually looks like a king. That's one very fascinating animal. Actually, talking about animals of Bangladesh, we can actually make a whole different session. Sadly, Bangladesh had many more animals uh, hiding in the different forests that were in the eastern and southern along the boundary regions, where people there haven't been too many people. But sadly, in the recent years, I really felt sad about it that many of the animal species got extinct. Yeah, some of them were. It's called the blue cow, and one other thing we call it is ghorial. Ghorial is almost like an alligator. Okay, it's like alligator, but it also is quite stout compared to what we see as normal alligator. I wish I could show you all the pictures of it. Maybe if you guys can still want to share this, I can maybe provide you that you want to see. Probably more resources, more pictures. Yeah, other than that, this is mainly it. Bangladesh don't have too many uh, unique animals at this moment. Royal Bengal tiger is probably one because it's already almost extinct in the world, and as I said, most of them are in Bangladesh at this moment, which are alive. Is there any more questions? Anybody?
Hello,
Okay,
Aryan.
thank you.
Yep, welcome.
Uh, Maybe the question from Amanda is the last question.
Yep.
Because the time is already showing quiz session, so now we will move to the quiz.
All right, the fun part.
Okay. Ya, sekarang kita move on to the quiz. Untuk link dan kodenya bisa dicek di chat box. Jadi pemenang dari quiz ini akan mendapatkan hadiah dari Aryan.
Hey, can I get the quiz too?
You probably cannot join it, Aryan, because you will get the number one. You will be the winner probably. So everyone, please join the game, yeah. So you can click the link on the chat box, and yeah, we hope you all join here. So we expect more than 20 people to join the game. Okay, we already have 3 people in, so we need more.
Oh, cool. You guys got the screen on. Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. That's really cool. All right, I get to spectate this one. Nice.
Okay, so Aryan, you probably can see the question, but please don't spoil the answer, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't know which questions did you put up in the end.
Yeah, we'll see together. Oh, see the name.
Okay.
Thank you, Aryan. That's so nice.
What? Someone's name is Thank You, Aryan? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, whoever you are.
Okay, please, more people come in. We have 14. So we'll probably expect 6 people more to join. Okay, it's now 15. 15. Okay. So we will have 9 questions probably here about Bangladesh. So for those of you who win this game, you will get a postcard from Aryan. Is that right, Aryan?
Yeah.
Okay, is there more people to join? Should we start in 9:26, everybody? Who is that? Your secret admirer? Okay, so we will start in a couple of minutes. No, in a minute probably. Okay, so without any further ado, everyone, let's get ready. We will start in 3, 2, 1. Okay. How do you say hello in Bangla? Is it this one? No, it's not correct.
Tricky one.
Oh, who took the first place? I didn't see it. Oh, how many population? Uh-oh. Okay. Who's the moderator of WeCultures?
What?
Oh my god, who was that? Who took the first place? So Aryan, where do you live? Do you live in Dhaka?
Yep. I live in the capital.
Wow. So yeah, Aryan, I wonder, do you face like road congestion every day since you have a massive population
Um,
right there?
this year it's been much better thanks to the pandemic.
Oh, so everyone is
uh,
works
but,
at home.
yeah, it's improving a little bit. Like road congestions are mostly now in during the morning and during the evening.
Ah,
Midday times are quite okay now. Let's see how it goes after the new metro rail starts, probably from next year. No, or maybe a year after next year. We're expecting that the road congestion will get even less.
I
Mm. Ooh, I can see competition.
see.
Oh,
Who is the big speaker of today? Who is he? I wonder. So how about you,
Aryan,
Aryan?
Aryan the alien Azim.
Do you work at home, like stay at home right now, or do you
Yeah,
still
I'm
be
mostly
able to go
staying
outside?
home. No, I'm grounded.
Oh, really? No way.
Well, kind of. Oh,
Do you still have to use your mask right there, or is it okay? Who is the number one?
we all should use the skill math, but most people just don't care,
Oh,
sadly.
okay.
Things are better though. We just hope it doesn't get worse.
Hmm. Okay, so we have two people left, but one of them, oh wait, four people left,
Ooh.
but one of them, I think, they just joined the game but didn't play the game. So we technically have three people left. So currently the number one is Kak Nas, our president of our
No need.
organization.
I get the
So
second place.
should we wait for others? Okay, the end. Let's see who
Yeah,
won.
it's over.
Drum roll, please. Drrrr. Oh, it's
Um,
Capres. Congratulations.
Yay!
Wow.
Yay!
Okay, the number.
Congrats.
Oh,
Yay!
can we have your secret admirer? Who is that?
I'm the second one.
Oh, you are
Congratulations.
Kak Yola.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So the third winner is Yan Dedalus. Who is that? So, okay. For the winner, we have a prize here. Kapres, are you ready for your prize?
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm ready.
Congratulations.
Okay, congratulations, Kak. Hold on ya, Kak. I will show you right away.
Congrats, Press.
Thank you guys, and thank you, Aryan, for the prize.
You're welcome. Credit goes to Sila and Yola and all of them who made this program so interesting.
Wow,
Oh, wow, that's so beautiful.
this
Wow.
report.
That's
Kapres.
Cool.
Do you like it,
Sila
Kak?
did a great job on editing it.
I love it. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
congratulations,
Thank you.
Kak.
Congrats.
Okay,
Yes.
now I will give it back to Kak Yola as the moderator.
Wow. So congratulations to Press. Got the first winner. And now we are going to give a certificate to Aryan as a testimony from us for being an amazing speaker this evening. Please, someone show us the certificate. Maybe Sila?
Oh ya, Kak.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Oh my God, thank you so much. This is such an honor. Oh wow.
Dan untuk peserta WeCulture juga akan mendapatkan sertifikat bagi yang mengisi survei yang ada di chat box.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, everyone, we are move on to the photo session. Please turn on your camera and the photographer give us a sign for taking a picture. Guys, make sure you are smiling, okay?
Am I still visible?
Yes,
Or
you're
no?
visible. I
Yeah.
still can see your
Oh wait, you guys
face.
can see me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me show you my HD face now. Hold on.
Okay, maybe Brillianita, can you please do a screenshot?
Make sure you guys are smiling.
Yeah, and everyone, please turn on your camera. I see Amanda right there. Hi, Amanda.
Don't be shy cat, guys.
Yeah,
You guys are gorgeous.
we would like to see your faces. Can anyone do a screenshot? Maybe Kak Yola will count it.
Okay, sure. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now we do a welcome 09 sign.
Okay, so Aryan, use your right hand, do this, and flip it. Okay, cool. So maybe Kak Yola can count it.
Oh, I had a bad connection. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This is so sad. We are reaching the end of this session. We would like to say a huge thanks to Aryan for sparing his time, sharing his culture to us. It was such an open-eye presentation about Bangladesh. I'm looking forward to see you there in the future. Also, thank you to all the participants who participate to this event. We hope to see your name di survei yang ada di chat box and hope to see you at the next WeCulture. Thank you everyone and have a good day for Aryan and good evening for the others. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Aryan. Have a good
Thank you,
day.
Aryan.
Thank you, Aryan.
Oh yeah, Aryan, you're muted. We cannot hear you. Did you say something?
Seriously, all this while. Hello?
Aryan, could you put your Instagram? Or, I don't know, maybe your social media.
You can put your social media on the chat box.
Jadi main follow ini.
Follow me, Griffin.
Oke, follow back.
Ada.
Ada kan?
Adakanlah, Kak. Ada
Apa
saya
itu
yang
ada? Aduh.
Ada Kak Kevin. Kevin. Ada Kak Yosi. Yosi diam-diam, Bu.
That's it, Facebook. Thank you, Aryan.
Oke, Aryan.